Hey guys, my name is Victoria. Today I'm going to be teaching you this look. This is my first YouTube video, so I'd appreciate it if you guys gave it a thumbs up and commented down below any suggestions for future videos. Please subscribe to my channel and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, so to start this off, I'm going to take the lightest green shade in the Take Me to Brazil palette by Beige Cosmetics. I'm going to build this color up in my crease until it's the intensity that I want it to be. I'm using my Morphe M441 blending brush to blend this all out. I'm going to speed up the blending process so it doesn't take forever to upload because ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so now I'm going to take the second lightest green shade in the palette, just so it gives it that ombre effect so it blends easier and more seamlessly. Now I'm taking my e.l.f. crease brush and mixing the darkest green shade in the palette with a little bit of the black to darken my crease. This will help make the cut crease more intense when you go in with the concealer. Be careful when adding the black because adding too much black can make this look turn from bright to dark, so I would be careful with that. Unless you're going for that dark look, I would do you, but I'm just saying. I'm going back in with my Morphe M441 blending brush to blend all the transition colors together to make them look seamless and pretty. You don't want any harsh lines in this look because it can really ruin it. Like, blending really helps pull together a look and make it look beautiful. Okay, so it's time to cut the crease. I'm taking this small brush by e.l.f. Okay, to be honest, e.l.f. brushes are amazing if you know how to use them, but I guess you have to know how to use them in order for them to work properly. Okay, so I'm taking my concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Master Concealer by Face Studio in the shade 20 Light. This concealer is kind of on the liquidy side and not so full coverage. I kind of like the Tarte Shape Tape better than this, but this will have to do because your girl's balling on a budget. I'm gonna stop my concealer halfway into my eyelid to make this a half cut crease. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for now so you guys can see how I cut it. When you're cutting your crease with the concealer, be careful not to look up, otherwise the concealer can transfer from your bottom eyelid to the top, and we don't want that. So I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to pat the concealer in to try to prevent that from happening to me. Here I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush. I don't know what the name of the brush is, but we're going to be using it. So we're going to take the white shade from the palette and pack it onto the concealer to prevent it from creasing and transferring to the top lid. Keep packing on the white shade until the concealer is no longer tacky and you don't feel it sticking to your eyelid, because I hate that feeling. So here I am just packing it on until it's not sticky anymore. I'm taking the lightest green shade in the palette and I'm placing that right between the white eyeshadow and the dark eyeshadow just to blend it, because this look is all about blending. Now I'm going to blend it some more and take that white that we used from the palette and blend that with the lightest green that I just put down. This will really help pull the two colors together and give us that extra blend. Okay, so now I'm going to take the darkest green shade in the palette and I'm going to start blending that with the darkest shade on my eyelid. This will help it transition into that light green shade that we put in the middle of my eyelid. After you're finished with blending the darkest green shade in the palette, you're going to take a little bit of that black again and you're going to place it right on your outer V of your eyelid. This will help make sure that the dark green stays intense after all of that blending that we've been doing. The last step with the eyeshadow is blending. You're going to go back in with your blending brush and blend everything. The only harsh line there should be is from your concealer where we cut the crease. There's me telling you to blend. Okay, so I'm going to take the lightest green shade in the palette again and place that right where my transition shades should be, so it's more prominent and it helps blend the look more, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you guys can just watch it and understand what I'm doing. Our falsies are going to need something to sit on, so I'm going to draw a thin line right on my lash line with my Kat Von D Tattoo Eyeliner in the shade Trooper. Drawing this line will help your natural eyelashes blend easier into the false eyelashes. Without this line, you could see a little bit of your skin, and that's not cute. Even though we're putting on falsies later, we're still going to put on mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in the shade Mystic Black. This is a complete dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, except I think I like this one better because it doesn't get clumpy and it's super creamy and it's such a nice consistency. I love it. Okay guys, don't judge me for doing it in this order, but I'm gonna put my concealer under my eyes just so I could set my under eyes and do my eyeshadow on my waterline. Here I am realizing that my concealer is green because I'm a dummy and didn't realize there was green on my brush. So I'm gonna go back in over top of it with more concealer just to make sure there's no green tones and I don't look like a witch, even though Halloween's in a couple of days. That's not the look we're trying to go for today. I'm taking the darkest green in the palette and I'm going to put that right along my waterline on my flat shader brush. I'm going to take the black from the palette and I'm going to place that right on top of the dark green that I just put right along my waterline. Look how nasty my hands are, you guys. It's disgusting. I'm such a mess when I do my makeup, I swear. I'm taking my e.l.f. crease brush to blend everything out. I'm using the lightest green shade in the palette and I'm going to smoke out that dark green that we just made along the waterline. And now I'm going to add some mascara to my bottom lashes. Next, it's time for foundation. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 118 Light Beige. I'm going to be pouring this out onto the back of my hand and applying it straight to my face with a foundation brush. Now I'm using my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge to blend it all out. I don't know why I'm applying more concealer, but I'm using the same concealer that I used to cut my crease. It's the Maybelline Master Concealer by Face Studio in the shade 20 Light. Okay, so I'm reaching for my Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent. This is what I'm going to be using to bake my face. I'm baking my under eyes, my chin, and my forehead. I'm using whatever powder is left over on my sponge, and I'm going to be putting it anywhere on my foundation that doesn't have powder. This is going to be what sets my foundation. While my eyes, chin, and forehead are baking, I'm going to take whatever powder is on my face that's not currently baking, and I'm going to set my foundation. I realized that I didn't conceal a couple of my pimples, which probably wouldn't have made a difference anyway because they're so tiny, but I'm just gonna go back and conceal them. I'm finishing setting my foundation after my pimples had rudely interrupted me. So after that, I'm going to dust off the powder that I've been baking with, and yeah. Now I'm gonna go in with my contour, and I'm gonna contour my cheekbones, my forehead, my jawline, and my chin. I'm not contouring my nose because I don't think my nose really needs it, but if you contour your nose, then go right ahead and do so. I'm not sure what contour powder I'm using, but I'm sure it's a drugstore contour powder because, again, your girl is balling on a budget. Now I'm using Wet n Wild's Megaglo Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. This is by far the best drugstore highlighter that I've ever come across. I believe I got mine at Walgreens, but they most definitely sell it at Ulta. I'm applying this highlighter to my cheekbones, my cupid bow, and my nose. I will be applying my falsies off camera as well as my lipstick, but if you want a tutorial on how to apply falsies, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I'm not sure when I'll be uploading next, but I'm sure it'll be soon. So in the meantime, subscribe and turn on my post notifications. Thank you. Bye.